right, welcome back. We continue with the Liberty Breakfast Show where they come to you live from Liberty Online Television. And as we tell you earlier today, we they look at the Lara Taylor Pierce and Tamba Momo issue way still they go on. As we all see yesterday, the Institute of Chartered Accountants and a memo where they address to Mr. Momo and Lara Taylor Pierce. Also then say after the new findings we then be do, they find out say them two people are so we been stand for trial before a tribunal committee according to the new investigation what they do. They not do anything way now wrong and they say they still qualify for continue for practice them work as chartered accountants them na different parts them na the world. Well, as we all know, the tribunal reports we don't come out, they don't table them before Parliament, and according to waiting being come out from the office of the President through the press secretary is say the President don't give directive to the Attorney General for follow the due process them for the removal of Lara Taylor Pierce and in Deputy Tamba Momo. One by the civil society organization them where we don't they follow this issue na Budget Advocacy Network, ILRAJ, 50-50, and the Citizens Barre. Then we don't follow this particular issue and they don't call say, then for use the right procedure them inside this whole issue where they go on. Well, yesterday, ban and then partner them, then be all a press conference outside and say they want for analyze the findings of the tribunal report, adding to the letter we come out from the Institute of Chartered Accountants. Well, at the studio this morning, we get the National Coordinator for Budget Advocacy Network PAN, when a network of civil society organization them, and then a one party civil society organization them, where we don't follow this issue. Good morning, Mr. Kamara, and welcome to the Breakfast Show.
Good morning, Liberty, and good morning to everyone.
All right, before we can look at the analysis we will do on the tribunal reports then finding, let's look at the memo we come on yesterday addressed to Mr. Momo and Mrs. Lara Taylor Pierce from the Institute of Chartered Accountants. After we then served on do the findings on the tribunal report, we been come out some time back. And according to them, they say then two people there so work within the international best practice and they not do anything when of wrongdoing. As a civil society organization, we don't team up before for advocates say they follow the right procedure then in way how they handle this matter. Owner see that letter day yesterday. What first come to mind?
Well, for we now surprised that the Institute of Chartered Accountants own a professional body. We now then the sort of regulate the membership them when a qualified chartered accountant them. So it's not a surprise to we, because the issue of the suspension of Lara Taylor Pierce and Tamba Momo, it's clear that the states, number one, what's in the wrong. Two, even the process of itself. You know, where you come in terms of auditing, accounting, there are processes, there are standards where they follow. You know, it's just about like football. You get down, they set the rule when FIFA, then they get the regional body them, then they get the national body them. So for we, you're not surprised, and we want to tell thank you that then do the right thing, because the tribunal reports, the allegations, some of the worst things what they're using against them two gentle people are so we don't serve this country diligently was damning. And therefore, as chartered accountants, they get the obligation, and when they don't do them, they do the investigation and look at whether the team where the tribunal confirm say then do it correct or not from the professional angle, not from hearsay or witness, and from the professional angle, looking at the standards, the legal documents, them whether they follow. So then did the right thing, and I hope say the one then we really the push behind punishing citizens. Them we don't serve this country diligently. People who they protect the people's resources use means for fair way because of one or two reasons. It does send a message say you cannot operate public financial account management like that. Public financial management issues is backed by laws and regulation, by standards. When the person follow the standards, you never punish them for that. So for we, now a welcoming news and not a surprise to we, because we back as a consortium, we comprise of 6 members. Them who get banned, Citizen Bahrain, the Eminent Women of Peace Mediators, we get the Ilaraj, and then Sludge, and 50-50. See, the report come out, we also belong to analyze it. Now I make some media people in the vex for say, but they don't publish the tribunal one and they talk to we. Because we not just talk to the media. We just say we read the report, we analyze the report, we come out with flaws them in the report. Not only that, we also come out with recommendations. So now that's not the reason why we'll be quiet, but we'll not go ever quiet on these issues, because we feel say it impede on audit accountability. It impede on the independence of audit institutions. You know, I don't call the name and the institution, but an internal auditor be they do in work diligently in one particular ministry. You know, then tell them when you find out some things, then say, boy, you go for keep quiet. You should then do PR and Tamamomo. That don't tell you say this government action don't begin to get some triple impact down there in terms of how for ensure say there's accountability on how government or public officials manage public resources.
But you just don't state, I can say when the professional body for the accountants them na salon. Yesterday we all see the memo them put to the member them for confirm say according to the investigation where them do Lara Telopias and Samba Mumo be act in the interest of the public and do not find anything worrisome inside the investigation where them do. As far as they're concerned, they follow international best practice. Outside government gets them wrong in all of this, because if the professionals and when nobody ethics, when nobody international standards, so people for practice na them profession don't pull reports were completely different of that of government. Now outside the government gets them wrong.
If our government gets them wrong from the start up to now, all the steps the government only take, they get them wrong. Firstly, even the process of suspending Lara, they don't follow the due process. Now, after the officer of the president suspend Lara, now they turn the Judicial and Legal Education Commission, now they turn and go try for endorse. Before that, endorsements, where in right as per the law, now the other way around. Now then, for them first investigate Lara, and also get an opportunity for explain and do their own findings. Then they make recommendation for suspension. So then get around right from the on-go of the whole process. And we see, again, Lara challenge the issue in a court. The constitutionality around the suspension, and even the members who them way His Excellency the President be appointed for be part of the commission. You know, for God's sake, that case they not hear them. They not even look at them until after where they don't submit the report to the President. Now they tell they appoint judge there now for looking into that case. And for where they appoint the judge them, up to now nothing. So it is say right from the onset they don't begin get some amount of biasness. They don't begin get some amount of lack of fairness in the process. And the whole aspect of justice is around fairness, providing equal opportunity for the people, for the person where they accuse, for get a say and hearings. Just imagine after almost 2 years, 6 months, now the thing that they appoint judge them, the Supreme Court appoint judge them. And the reason and the case we Lara file, one, now for say, it's not constitutional, even the process they use is not correct. Secondly, the members them, Lara get issues on the members of the tribunal. You know, just for the respect of the highest court of the land. And if we don't hold on to the tribunal until they look into that case there. But yes, they not do that day. Now after where they don't go present the report to the Excellency of the President, now they tell them form a panel for looking to Lara in case whether the constitutional the suspension will and game. And up to now, for me them doing July, nothing they're not doing the hearing. It really not fair. So if you answer the question, all the processes very unfair. I mean, let me say this. Not to Lara and Taiwan not bring any embarrassment to the office of the President. Now the office of the President staffs them. Now they mean embarrassment to the office of the President. And those people, they are there working diligently. Why punishing person who they didn't work diligently as per what's in the law? And the one that will cause the embarrassment, Now the work that they do. And at that they pay them for ensuring, then check how do they use the people's resources.
The last way we interviewed Tamba Momonaya, one thing where he still stands strong on, and he even call on the new secretary to the presidency. Again, lots of work for do. Let it go back and recall for certain documents them. We go get ahead way on how we for run that particular office day, we campaign transparency. As an organization, we don't work for over how many years now salon in the area of transparency. Yusuf Johnson and the staff then at the office of the president bring embarrassment to the president. Now with all waiting on Komoso, it do for say it don't vindicate Lara Telopias and Tamba Momo.
Of course, from the onset, they not do nothing. ICASL don't prove them. We as an institution follow the hearing right across. And we're so happy to take that decision for attending all of the hearings then. In fact, I help greatly for doing analysis backed by looking at the standards and looking at the constitution, looking at all the legal documents there. So it's very clear, say, they're not doing nothing. The professional body don't ratify them. And this don't tell you, say, the tribunal report is very problematic. Very, very problematic. Most of the issues then they rely on state witness without referring to standards. You know, in that field, there are standards we they follow for everything we they do. And if you not follow that standard, that's the time they will only say, I mean, you do things wrong. But they follow all these standards. And we see the tribunal report, how it really provides some partial information in favor of the state. There are a number of things them where we see that report, where we don't analyze that now, it's 8-page report. We should very clearly say the tribunal report is problematic. We don't even get some serious credibility issues on the findings of that particular report today. So for we, and Adami could put on a recommendation, based on all the lapses that we see as well, we feel say it's not even worth it for the Parliament look at that document like how it is so that tribunal report. So that kind of recommendation where we really focus for. I feel like Parliament dismissed that report today. Because, like if for example, the issues are conflict of interest would then bring into the report. And the allegation where government bring almost 6 months, almost 6 to 7 months after when they suspend Lara, that's also bring the issue of principle of fairness and rule of natural justice. I will suspend somebody, you just tell them blanket say professional misconduct. You know, get the details of until after 6 or 7 months. In that details, they mentioned issue and conflict of interest, and Lara responded. In the hearings when we attend, in the case of Lara, they never bring that issues there. They never bring no evidence in the hearings. How they arrive at that conclusion? It's really sad. In the case of Tamamomo, they just rely on a witness. Interestingly and very painfully, the witness who they bring who can testify against Tamamomo. Tamamomo, so they say identify Tamamomo, not Abudan and Tamamomo. And another person they rely on as a witness for conclude, say there is conflict of interest, where the person can testify without no documentation, no video, no recording. You can just can testify verbally, hearsay. And the person initially when they cross-examination, and never identify Tamamomo which he done so. Another person the state the tribunal in statements, now you rely on for arrival at conclusion. So most of the conclusion in the tribunal is just based on hearsay and state witness, without referring to any of the legal or professional standards them where they guide the auditing process.
This seems to be deliberate from certain set of people who are involved in terms of the one that way do the tribunal work, the report they put together, and the whole way how governments handle this issue. From all waiting on come out and serve the final one away ICASL police winner then you report from professionals. You think say based on what they don't fail on and una second recommendation way una they make, it's high time for the heads and role people take up responsibility for deceiving the states on this particular issue?
Well, it's up to the office of the president, but really sincerely, the staffs of the office of the president are then don't cause the embarrassment, and the president they really don't advise them well on the decision of suspending, not following the process, not following even what the Constitution say, not using wrong misapplication of the rules them. So they advise the president wrongly. So for we, it's about justice, it's about accountability, it's about transparency. It's about how do we ensure, say, we protect the independence of audit service. And in doing this, it's really good for letting look into who are the real pioneer of this problem. The whole thing around this issue is around that receipt. The receipt the office for the president presents to the auditors then. And the auditor will go for good time to verify. That's the whole essence of this whole case. And other than present the receipt to the auditor then, now the office for the president. And in audit standards, if they give you receipts, they get certain feature they look for. If you find out so, if you get some doubt on them, the law make them very clear that you can contact third party. And one of the things in the audit reports again, they misapply some of the audit standards. The audit way they conduct, now compliance audits. We're different from financial audits. Financial audits, the standard, in fact, even the standard not make them mandatory. But it's acceptable that if I go audit you, I want the bank statements, I'll go meet you, then you write to the bank for letting give me the bank statements. It's not even mandatory, but it's widely accepted. Then our financial audit. But it's a compliance audit. Where they check the money they don't give them, how they utilize them. And the process, they submit a receipt. And the receipt when they submit gets some issue. And when you get some issues, the audit standards clear. When it comes to that issue, what they for do? They for do two things. One, they for either hire a forensic expert who can look at the document, or two, contact the third party directly. And when that them do, and when that I can tell them confirm say study back, say it's really correct. Interestingly, in the hearings, what we listen to, the ENTOSI, one of the International Board of Audit Institution, now then they develop laws them for how to regulate or audit process. They confirm, say, they follow the process. Where the African chapter also confirm the same thing. ICASL in the hearing also confirm the same thing. How the Albania go arrive at the conclusion, say, it's wrong. It's just like football. What are they set rule? Now FIFA. In this case, the FIFA in this case, that the ENTOSI, now then they set rule. If person not play foul, FIFA say that action not to foul. CAF say not to foul. SLAFA say not to foul. How comes somebody will not even get somebody will not within that professionally, the jury come and say na foul. So the thing is, in the report, and we state our analysis, most of the conclusions them do not cite no legal documents them. So for we, if people submit a receipt, we'll get issue. And auditor go time for confirmed whether the receipt is correct or not. The responsibility lies on the one who submit the receipt. Now they never all accountable, but they are working freely. No action I'm taking on them, but rather the one them will go do the job, just doing the job. What they pay them for? What they use taxpayer money to pay them for? They will suspend them for that. We feel say it's very unfair, and the Tribunal report, it's very partial, based on findings, and most of them on hearsay. Without referring to most of the legal and the standards then where they guide all these practices. So for we, that make we analyze this report, and we don't share publicly, or we continue to share publicly. For the citizens, they really read the Tribunal report and read the report, let them really see the facts. For ensure say, indeed, what we push for, not for Laramomo and Tamamo, is about protecting the institution, for let it be independent and carry out their work. Because if this thing continues so, it creates so much fear on the one way we go do audit. It go reach a time, they go to fear say, "Boy, they will suspend the kind of they will pull the kind of pull lava, nothing come up behind it." So therefore, we deserve to protect the audit accountability landscape of the country. We mean say indirectly, we deserve to protect the people's resources.
Mr. Kama, BAN as an organization, where don't they work around the audit and accountability landscape over the years? When don't they advocate for transparency? Using Lara Telopias and Tambamomo issue as a case study, also exactly BAN put this government where it comes on transparency and accountability?
You know, when the government came into power, one of the things where they campaign with transparency, accountability, the fight against corruption. You know, if you look at the Commission of Inquiry, most of the things, evidence what they present in the Commission of Inquiry are from the audit reports. And we see inside the right now the audit report that Commission of Inquiry say one of the most effective institutions in our audit service, which are even headed by Lauratilopias. Then present day. So for we feel say it's a two side of it. What they say and the actions not seem to be connected, especially when it comes in terms of a big aspect around audits. If audits then work, now in the Commission of Inquiry, what they do our own reports it. Then now the person will lead that process, the try for saying are not professional. It's very wrong and fair. So for we, it's not just actions, but it's not just statements, but also backed by actions. The action we government do for suspend Lauratilopias and Tamamomo, the former indoor resign, is very wrong, very bad precedent for this country, very bad precedent for all this accountability landscape. And Adamic will continue to say this, that it's wrong, and there is a need for let the government take a real look at this whole issue also. And Adamic we also, in analysis, we come out with even recommendations then in terms of what are the things that need to be done.
Before we can look at what's in need for be done, you just saying it's wrong and a bad incident might just be a broad statement. How directly this particular act of government they affect Salon in terms of public accountability? Because even international donors, if they want to put money into certain projects, now we see, for example, this one we get to do with the MCC. They don't make a clear say they don't go put money in a government's hand, but go disburse as and when needed. Where means that there are issues where perhaps because of diplomacy, they don't will come out and say them. But for institutions like UNA, we don't monitor issues of the budget. How this directly, this actually affects Salon?
You know, firstly, we see how this issue bring Salon into a whole international dispute. We see both local and international media them how it sent a bad name to we as a country that then suspend the Auditor General and one of the deputy because of the type of verify a receipt. So that bad name alone is not good for we as a country. Whereas, as a matter of fact, the people who submit the receipt will get problem. And then therefore don't deal with in a situation wherein they really want to address the issues. Not the one that will go verify the receipts, whether it's correct or not. We see again where again the trust in people on the audit. We see them. We see after the suspension of the General, when they do the next audit, when they not include also the president, because they are threshold, because in auditing, for let them put something inside the audit report, they get threshold where they meet. We see that report come on, we see the public perception. Say, and I feel for audit, they feel for audit, the office of the president. So it even affects public trust on the institution itself. Of course, when it comes in terms of audit, it's a very serious issue. We see, for example, as part of the World Bank conditioning for determining how many grants they give. Audits now one key aspect in terms of implementing the recommendations. But before they implement the recommendation, the report needs to be done. They need to have an independent institution where they carry out that work. So another effect is, they try to undermine the independence of the audit institution, in the sense that it will create, like for example, a staff now, a particular ministry, when an internal auditor, it gets a valid issue where it is. That is, you get for keep quiet. You say they do tilapia and tamamomo. That don't tell you say don't mean get ripple effects in terms of how it affects the other institutions around the audit architecture. So in a nutshell, it's not good for the country, not bad name for we, and the president will not be advised and well on this particular issue also.
One thing again where a lot of people don't talk about now how party politics they creep into state institution that we're supposed to be very independent and upholding the rule of law. This particular issue now one where many people believe say expose how this government not believe in empowering independent institution them. Waiting ban make up of the narrative there.
Well, for we they look at it from the audit perspective, and from the audit perspective, this action provide a space for affect the independence of the audit institution. The politics we know they mix palm, but the fact of the matter is the action they affect the independence of the audit institution, and that make we the push and we continue for push ensure say we protect, we work with government for ensure say we have independent audit institution, because what happens so. And the Audit Act clear, the Constitution clear, that in the process of carrying out that work, they never be subjected to control by anybody or institutions. But what will happen now, so what is for do now, so they will subject them to control. That even though the law say, if one confirm a receipt, go directly. Now they tell you say no, you don't go directly, if you go ask the office of the president first, before you go ask the president. But for God's sake, who that issue the receipt? Now office of the president, now they issue the receipt. If I will confirm the receipt correct, I forgot to them back for who confirm. It's not even proper. It even affects the whole idea of the intention for confirming the receipts. And if we say we're a very bad precedent for us as a country.
Like you've been stated earlier, and I know they expect say Parliament for even take the time for looking to this based on waiting on I don't fair not so far. But we all know say from where the reports reach Parliament is yet for letting go. Sit down on this particular report, and most people already don't know waiting will be the outcome. But for ban, waiting on our expectations, because the members of Parliament just therefore look into it, although now they call some they not look into it, but waiting on our expectations when the members of Parliament then go there for finally agree on a date for look at them.
Firstly, we get two things then we will address to Parliament. Number one, based on all the flaws then we don't see in this report in terms of the process, the procedure, not following the right standard, misapply the application of the law, relying mostly on state witness. Mind you, most of the state witnesses are so now what kind of for government? For God's sake, what if you say what if they expect? For they work for you, they are gonna court. In the case where I get to another person, you also expect something fishy will happen. So one, we say based on all the flaws there, we still let Parliament not even look at the report. But in case Parliament one guide for look at them, we also request say let them provide all the annexes to Parliament as part of that particular report there. And mind you, the annexes now they are the evidence them where they really show how they arrive at them particular conclusion in it. So we ask also say, if Parliament they really want to them, let them send them back to the Attorney General, so that Attorney General will provide all of them clarification and all of the annexes to them. Then they take the time look at into them before they even go think around for votes for that particular issues there. So for we get very honorable people in Parliament, and we go for the share report officially with them. We expect that then we'll look at Tribunal and really stand for the truth. Let them not stand on our side. Let them not stand for whosoever inside. Let them stand for the truth and ensure say if they're going to vote, let them get all the annexes them and look at the issues that will happen, all the flaws them, and stand for the truth and stand for the people of Sierra Leone by ensuring say that recommendations within the Tribunal for let them remove the tilopias, it not happen.
With all what we don't discover, the loopholes stem from the get-go of the suspension of the Auditor General and in deputy, say until they set up a tribunal, and the long years where the tribunal take for do the investigation and pull out a report. Even the report where they pull out on a civil society organization, then the media get for then a government the next day. When I make this report public, let we see what's in the inside there. With all of the issues that they were upon, who therefore be blamed? Now the one that would advise the president or na the staff them na State House? Because apart from ban, other civil society organizations don't they come out say government not behave constitutionally, especially in the area of Lara Taylor Pierce and Tamba Momo?
Well, I will blame government because, and more specifically, we strongly believe say they don't advise His Excellency the President well on these particular issues on how for handle. If there's an office and the action of a particular staff warrants an investigation, we allow them do for confirm that receipts, not allow them for punish or Tamamomo, because then do what they're supposed to do. Now the very staff will not do in work. We go present information, we get issue. Now then for the whole accountable. So the leadership of the office of the president, number one is the secretary president at that time, now then for them look at that issue there. And didn't the staff then diligently that this is an honorable office, is the highest office of the land, so therefore do the work diligently by not presenting information where they put the office of the president into this into that kind of shame thing there also will really happen. So if you say the problem lies there, the president was not advised well, and the secretary president by then not take the right action, but rather they want to put the blame into La Telopias and Tamamomo for just doing their work, which is very wrong, very unfair to the people of Sierra Leone.
The issue of parliament again come in, because the reports there before them now, and you just make mention, say, if at some point they're going to vote, taking into consideration the composition of this particular parliament, you think, say, MP then will really put due process before party politics?
Well, we aren't called now for let them put the country first. But we know we context so there in terms of party politics. We see this one say A na A. But we expect say we member of parliament them go really do the needful for we by not supporting for destroy audit accountability in this country.
Knowing the same parliament, I still ask you the question, Mr. Akama, because if a communication don't come out from the office of the president through the press secretary saying that they don't recommend to the attorney general for follow the due process for remove Lara Taylor Pierce, it clearly shows say the president don't want Lara Taylor Pierce for continue for older office day again. And now from whether memo they come out from the press secretary, we don't see the actions of the AG for go through the right procedure then for remove Lara Taylor Pierce. And you look at the composition of parliament, if they get for vote, the SLP will get the majority. We clearly shows if then the vote Lara is going.
No, as it stands right now, the law is clear on this issue. They need to get 2/3. Women say they need to get all the SLP members them, all the parliament chief them, plus 4 opposition members. For let able get the 2/3 majority.
We're going to be a secret vote.
Well, we don't know what process they go for use because Parliament they regulate themselves, but we hope see the member of Parliament will do the needful.
All right. Continue for the week in the studio. You watch the breakfast show and we'll get Abubakar Kamara, International Coordinator for Budget Advocacy Network BAN. Today we did at the studio, they analyze some of the things them we come out yesterday so far as well. Still the Institute of Chartered Accountants. Now a memo where they address to Tamba Momo and Lara Taylor Pierce, they say they not do anything wrong and then supposed for continue for do their work as certified chartered accountants and the issue where them be the team up for before a tribunal committee, then puts the interest of the country first and ban self being pull a report, outside themselves do the analysis them, and we should say government not use the right procedure them for suspend Lara Taylor Pierce and Tamba Momo. Well, quickly, they take this break, we'll come back, we'll continue for talk to Abubakar Kamara as they look at the analysis where them be do inside the tribunal reports and findings within out to the public.
As Liberty Online TV, the 1 year inside this November, we will celebrate this anniversary with different activity them. and one of them na hike with liberty wey get for be Saturday November 16. Usa we go waka go na the Mambo waterfall. The Liberty Online TV team go then na Mambo Junction dey wait for una 7 o'clock na morning. For join we na 300 leons no more you go give, and you go get the Liberty polo and water, and you go get all the enjoyment wey get for be na the waterfall. If you want for join we, you go come now with 33 Battle Street office as the polo then already now, or call na this number 074 200 545 for place you order. Now Liberty Online TV, all voices count.
It's a brand new song for our customers. Where they bank with us all over the universe. Thank you for
Save small and win big. UBA, they celebrate 75 years of better banking service. And na Salon, the bank done there for 15 years now. This na big celebration, and we want give back to we wonderful customer them. We don't make we business go find one for the past 75 years with the UBA Savings Legacy promo. Save small and get your own share upon this 350,000 leons. 30 customer them go get the chance for win cash prize every quarter. Just put 2,000 leons and above na your account. And the more you put 2,000 and above na your account, na the more you go increase your chance for win more. No wait till kapu the chance now. Your legacy starts today. The draw them go happen inside September and December 2024. Join UBA for celebrate 75 years of excellence. UBA, Africa's global bank.
money in my pockets, from what I want correct. Customer service be excellent. Now that's make we the top, now the continent.
Welcome back. Well, as you just seen at the screen, that's our details of waiting they happen currently. As in November, we go for celebrate the 1 year anniversary, and we start with the official public event. We are on the 16th of November. Also, we go for do the hike with Liberty. We gather na the Mambo Junction. Also, we go waka, go na the Mambo waterfall, and for be part of that, you just say to the details them. Also, you go just call 074 200 545 on the official number down there, or contact any workman at Liberty Online TV where you get the number for just get 300 leons. Also, you will get your polo where you go use for the hike, and self you will get water. Also, we get a grand dinner and dance. We go for be on the 29th of November. Now the view rooftop, and then for the part of farm, we don't go na the ticket details them, but in case you get any question for us, no afraid, call 074 200 545. The tickets them very reasonable for let everybody go the part of that particular event today. Well, we continue with the breakfast show. We tell us today we look at this issue we get for do with Lara Telopias and Tamba Momo yesterday. ICASL, when at the official body of accountants in a salon, been pull a report where them be sent to the member them for sure say they still certify Lara Telopias and Tamba Momo for do them work, because according to them, they not find them wanting of anything we go against international best practice and self-working in the interest of salon people. And we also see Budget Advocacy Network and then your own company organizations them where they look at this particular issue. We meet yesterday. Also, them we get recommendation them where they self-pull for government. We get Abubakar Kamara at the studio, when at the coordinator for ban. And then they talk about waiting them fair not so far for sake of the reports where government be don't pull against Lara Telopias and Tamba Momo. We all know say the report still in a parliament not look at them yet, but still Lara they on suspension according to the suspension we come from government. As we continue to look at this issue, Mr. Kamara, let me look at seeking the interest of the people. ICASL your reports, they say Lara Telopias and Tamba Momo be work in the interest of salon people. Government on the other side we suppose for they for seek the interest of the people. How this conflicting particular issue get for unbog the issues of accountability na salon if parliament go ahead, look at this report and act as government wants?
You know, parliaments now are honorable institutions where they act within the law, and they regulate themselves. You know, the tribunal reports don't tell you say there is a whole partiality in the report itself. And Parliament go for act on something. And if the tell Parliament they go act on, they go take a decision, they should say clearly that issues the way of the decision, not of wrongdoing. Because what did the Excellency the President do based on the tribunal report? Then send a report to Parliament say that and do wrongdoings. And Parliament would expect them for look at the thing critically that it's not a wrongdoing. They're not doing anything. And the institution where responsible for regulates then accountancy and audit issues them don't make them very clear say they're not doing nothing. Not only we look at chapter, if you enter one of the international organization where they regulate overall accounting auditing issues them, when they even they develop the standard system way they use. I see one sign at the audit reports where they try to mention Salon standard. Salon are going to standards on their own. Even if you look at the Audit Service Acts, they follow what's in the enterprise standard say. So if the enterprise standard say they not do wrong, ICASL don't clearly show say they not do wrong. We also analyze that standard say, both from the legal and from the account provision. It clearly shows say they not do anything wrong. What in Parliament when they go vote for? That's for we. If Parliament went ahead and vote, it means say Parliament also retire for confirm wrongdoing. And we will believe say, and we hope say we parliamentary are not going to reach that stage day for let them vote for wrongdoings. Because the actions will allege Tamamomo and Las Lopeas, it's clear that they not do anything wrong. They act within the law, they act within the standards, and then do them professionally. And if they do done it professionally, and all the institutions the way they regulate, they don't show say they do the work diligently, following the law, the processes, and they know in the best interest of the people of Sierra Leone, we feel say the member of Parliament then, they also follow suit by ensure say they act on the best interest of the people of Sierra Leone.
Acting on that best interest, it will definitely mean foreign states, Lara. But if possible,
when I reach that stage date, the fact of the matter is, you not go suspend me for T1 not do. So reinstating Lara, yes. If Lara decide to continue, then I'll allow your personal reason now, and our own personal decision. But the fact of the matter is, we want justice. We want the whole process, as we don't see, we will not fear. Let Parliament and do the right thing by ensuring that then no votes for remove Lara Tilopias, because it will be a very bad precedent, and not only for the audit aspect, even the judiciary, because the same way how the voting constitution for pool Lara, and the same way back for pool judges them. So the judiciary will also be mindful of the things that would happen, and that make it also pain we where would they see a whole lot of them delay there. So, for example, Lara don't file a case at the Supreme Court, the highest court of the land, the most respected court of the land. Over 2 years, 6 months, they don't enlist that case to any judges. Now, afterward, they don't table the report to the Excellency the President, and I tell the form panel. And from when the form panel in July, up to now, they're not here at that particular thing.
So, with all what thing they happen, so, Mr. Kamara, I just make mentions in a very sad situation. For over 2 years, Lara Tilopias don't file a case, they don't assign this particular case to no judge. Now, until after the tribunal report come on. The same justice, when one of the facts for the Lara gets, you sure say Lara will get that justice there with all waiting they come also now, which shows say then disadvantage Lara Tilopias.
For we the ask and as per our recommendation, let us speedily hear the case. We not go decide now. We believe say and we expect we highest court of the land, we are the Supreme Court, and we expect say and we expect them, although they also don't fall short, they don't fall short, and they don't do things where we not expect that. We expect say issue of public interest like Dande, therefore don't act on them long since even before they even start the tribunal. Now let us say they go look at the case and then the Supreme Court say no, they don't follow the constitutional process. The member of the tribunal they not really qualify for being member of the tribunal panel. then they don't carry report na Parliament. So it means there's a whole misstep in this whole issue. And that make in one of our recommendations, put out say the Supreme Court let us speedily look into Lava in case now and provide a fair judgment to him as one of our recommendations. You know, and as I said earlier, for respect's sake, the old tribunal for don't wait for the respect of the highest court of the land until, because the issue will not file, now issue go for deal with even the whole formation of the tribunal of itself. Now issue go for deal with even the members of the tribunal panel. So for the respect of the higher court of the land, the tribunal for don't wait. Then look into the case will not file. And I read Augustine Sori Singbe, one of him peace way, right? In as much that would have happened in one of him peace, and one of the ways say is therefore don't hold on to that reported first until the tribunal look into that issue there, and before they then go ahead with them. But now they don't make them public, don't send them Parliament. If the Supreme Court go look at the whole thing and say no, it's not constitutional, the member of the panel they not really meet the criteria. What's going to happen next? So they also help for put the whole judicial process into whole ridicule. And where we respect the judicial so much, we expect for them to also do the needful for follow the processes as stipulated by the constitution and the law.
You believe say only crime we commit now for bring out receipts that we show say na fake receipts that we come out from the office of the president?
From the tribunal reports. Now that, you know, let me say this. We not be surprised with the suspend Larry Lopez. And we don't start for long since. And I will also say we as civil society we also fail in some way because we will form a committee for intervening the same way the press be attack Lava, cost Lava, the allegation around the African press, the allegation around that timber where the Finance Act will make mistake, all that stuff. Then we form a committee, we engage all the parties. Then we draft a report. We will not agree on that particular report. When I ashamed to we as civil society. So for we don't see I'm coming. But from the tribunal report perspective, we think that the report black and white, we feel say the only crime will commit. Now for where you go try for confirm the receipts, whether that receipt is authentic or not. Now that's not the crime we commit. But of course, there are a whole lot of underlying issues that would have only boiled down around allegation of the Africanist press seeing illegal information, the issue around auditing the office of the First Lady will come up, the issue around the timber and that finance act calculation. Those things are all only boiled up. Just like say they just use that now as a springboard, say okay, let her go. But it was wrong. They were doing their job. They follow the standard, they follow the process, and they do it ethically within the mandate of their of the law. And you can't suspend person, punish somebody by doing the work where the taxpayer for paying for.
So, ban as an institution, una concern say from where government suspend Larry Lopez to now, they not audit the office of the president.
No, we confirm say they audit the office of the president because we know as part of it, they audit them. And based on that previous report and pool, and from conversation audit service that they don't meet the threshold, and in audits, it's true that you get threshold limits before you issue kind to the report. Mind you think they only kind to the audit reports. Now things then way the audit is this issue to go audit name will clear. For example, I can audit Liberty TV, identify A, B, and C. If during the audit process you will clear them, they need to put una in the audit report. But unresolved issues them from the management letter, from the audit, and then they come inside the audit. So for I mean not just ban, mind you, I'm just here talking on behalf of all 6 organizations. Then we're 50-50, where then concern around from the gender perspective how this go issues go limit go constrain someone then where they try to fire into key leadership position then. Of course, we get SLAG, we look at the aspect of transparency, access to information. We get ILRH, where they look at the legal aspect, and we get eminent women, citizen bio. So we all concerned on one main thing around protecting the institution, ensuring that there is due process are followed, ensuring that standards are followed, ensuring that there is people's resources are protected through the audit service.
At this stage, it clear say I can sell when at the professionalism where they watch for the ethics of the profession and set international best practice don't vindicate Lara Tilopias and Tamba Momo. But as a state, waiting government for land from all of this, because me and you know say the salon where we did, there is no way I wouldn't go accept say there was a fault right from the time when they suspend throughout the process where they do the investigation and the reports will come out. Then they clear as a government not going to accept them. But waiting there for land from all of this we don't happen so.
Now for just follow what the law say correctly. The process, firstly, the process for suspending to general is clear in the law. They jump that step there. And for the issue of natural justice, if there is a law, if there is an issue, a panel being set, if I file a case against the constitutionality of the panel, follow the process. Okay, let's issue it. We'll not look into this particular issue because the issue will raise get a whole aspect for the tribunal panel and the tribunal itself. So overall, follow the law, the processes, and follow within the standards and say. In the case of audit, use the standards as a basis for really punish or not to punish an individual. In this case, like I said, we look at the ethics and the standards, don't make it clear. They don't do no wrongdoing. Not only ICASL, even Entosai, who are like the FIFA of the accounting aspect, make and say, no, do nothing. So, for we, it's troublesome. And one of the recommendations within the tribunal we also work with we say then they recommend the constitutional review process for finding way for discipline Auditor General. For we, that recommendation is like saying we are going to strive for audit accountability in the country. We mean say the people their money, how do they manage them? Do I need to look out for manage them? They reduce some power for them. Now that I could say in the recommendation, if only the Constitutional Review Committee they look into that issues there, therefore only look at issues them around clarity, around the existing gaps in the audit process. But not to just recommend for just say the Constitution for fair way for punish Auditor General, which is really sad for us. It's like saying let's try a way to reduce the power of the audit service or the Auditor General, and in doing that it means it reduce the strength upon which the people's resources will be protected. We're not good for this country at all.
All right, quickly, before we look at people and text messages that they don't send, Mr. Kamara, if you for recommend, if Lara Taylor Pierce, all the procedure and institution and continue for vindicate them and Parliament say them for reinstate them back, you think na a position where for all for the interest of country?
Well, that decision, na Lara Taylor Pierce na that decision day. Because she's an individual. Now I'm going to know whether I want to continue for work or enough for continue. So now Lara Taylor Pierce get that decision. What will they push for? Fairness in the process and justice in the whole aspect of this suspension.
All right, well, continue for the the program. In case you just tune in, they watch the breakfast show where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV, where they stream on Facebook, YouTube, and also on our website where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Today in the program, where they look at the analysis where Budget Advocacy Network, ILRAJ, 50/50 Group, SLAG, and the Citizens Barry then do on the findings of the tribunal report. And also yesterday we see outside the Institute of Chartered Accountants Sierra Leone. Now, a memo they addressed to Tamba Momo and Lara Telopias, then say, after when they don't look inside the findings of the tribunal report, they say do their own internal findings. Then find out, say, Tamba Momo and Lara Telopias work in the interest of the people of Sierra Leone, and they not do nothing we go against the international best practice them. So then continue for certify them as chartered accountants them. We're eligible for work na any side na the world. We they continue the program, we they look at now the messages them we una don't send na the program. The first one they look at they come out from Salifu Sise. He say they are criminal voting in favor, yea against nay. Will not take that this time around. We want head counts.
We'll look at more messages we don't come inside the program this morning. This other one from Valnora Edwin. Now the Facebook page is say Lara Telopias and Tamba Momo have not committed any crime but do their jobs as professionally required, a job they have been doing for the past several years.
Mystic Doazak na Facebook, they say, it is good that the professional body ICASEL has made it clear in their own investigation that the former Auditor General and her deputy did a professional job as a nation. We should be mindful when making decisions because we have technocrats and professionals who may feel intimidated in doing their job.
All right, so we look at more messages now. The YouTube channel. Lamin Denke, they say you set up a tribunal to investigate chartered accountants without having a fellow chartered accountant is a big mistake to transparency and accountability.
Usfred Kamara on Facebook, they say accountability is in danger if national public finance watchdog are compromised. Likewise, when muzzled or undermined by executive power as of the present Auditor General and Deputy situation, professionalism of the institution seems to be under attack from unaccountable and untransparent quarters.
We look at more messages still at the YouTube channel. This one from Robert Kagbo. It said the retired judges that assembled the tribunal have left a bad legacy in the judiciary.
This one, they say, in as much as ICASEL has exonerated the former Auditor General and her deputy, the tribunal members should have contacted a professional chartered accountant or auditing firm to help them in their investigations before presenting the final recommendations. In whatever we are doing, integrity is key and must be maintained. Mystic Doazak, they send a message in a Facebook.
Ibrahim Bangra on the YouTube channel, they say if the APC members of parliament allow such thing to happen, that's the end of their politics. We the people will rise against them.
Abubakar Rashid na Facebook, they say this report from ICASEL and that of the tribunal finding has raised a lot of eyebrow on the justice system in Sierra Leone. If we can reflect from the Truth and Reconciliation report, it's reported that the justice system played a major role in the brutal civil war. The judiciary played a major role in bringing of the proportional representation system, now a dispute between professional body and a tribunal set up by the very justice system. Also, the head of the tribunal was a retired judge. So the question is, the tribunal report, was it political or mere money finding by the judges?
Bob Bankson at the YouTube say, President Bio brought himself as part and parcel of bringing embarrassment to his office because I strongly believe his staff had done the double dipping on his behalf. That is why he did not sack them.
Ibrahim Salam Sise na Facebook, they say the system in Sierra Leone does love people who are honest and committed to their jobs, but rather they should be honest and committed to the president. If you fail to commit to the president, you will be undermined and kicked out of office.
Robert Kabo say there was no chartered accountant in the tribunal and the judges don't understand how audit is done for transparency.
Kriobabon na Facebook, they say the president cannot just fire Lara. Parliament needs a 2/3 vote for removal.
All right, because of time, the final one we're going to look at. Robert say Basita Michael refused to be part of the tribunal that was set up against Lara and Tamba.
All right, the final one for me for now, I take them from Fode Mustafa Tureda Facebook. They say people have to advocate for the reviewed constitution to reduce the powers of the president to avoid his influence in the working of the state institution. You can shout as loud as you can, but the very powerful is in control. Well, from their messages, then they come back to Abubakar Kamara, where now studio guest this morning, international coordinator for Budget Advocacy Network. They are this morning, they represent other civil society organizations. They would be form a network where they advocate for fair trial in the entire process, where they gone for Lara Telopias and Tamba Momo and their institution there, so na Sludge, Ilraj, Citizens Barry 50-50 and that of ban. When they come back to you, Mr. Kamara, you don't hear from the text that them waiting and also you quickly respond to some of the text messages before we wrap up.
The whole text message then boil on two things. One, the aspect of the ICASL, and then the other one on the justice system. So of course I will join Valnora. Yes, they not do nothing. Lara and Tamamono do nothing, and for we really just say they not do nothing. We get evidence on why we say they not do nothing, and why we feel say government, and more especially the tribunal reports, not do justice in terms of providing fairness into the all side of it. So for we, and as one texter say, I mean, it's very critical, especially we kind of justice system. We with all due respect, would expect a very fair process, and from analysis we find out say the process is not fair. The tribunal reports rely on more state witness. The conclusion no be backed by legal standards. Then, like if the conclusion say this man so, if example in a football, this man so handball, if for sure the sign at the FIFA law will say if you church ball and the bulam, if necessary it's a penalty. So then conclusion no cite any of that in there, and they will still say they misapply a whole lot of some of the legal provisions then. So for conclude, especially more in terms of we members of parliament then, we would expect the honourable member then for do the honourable things by ensuring that and based on all these facts, all these gaps, these things that were inside the examiner reports, and especially where ICASL law make them very clear say, not only ICASL, even Entosai, one of the global body, one of the UN aspect of regulating, auditing and accounting aspect. Make them clear say they don't do anything wrong. So we expect member of parliament then for do the need for, and that make we are part of the condition say parliament for even to that report today, because the reports based on all the issues that happen, you know, at this stage in an issue you know what parliament in attention. But we also say even if parliament look into them, they ask for all the evidence then as an annex to the report. While I text us talk about Basit, I'm not a member of the tribunal, and I'm a member of the Judicial and Legal Service Commission. I mean, it be resigned because the process was flawed. They not follow the process, and you know any part of them that I make it resign. So you know be the part of the judiciary, I mean the tribunal panel. And somebody raised one issue around experts. Indeed, all the experts in way the states we rely, the tribunal rely on now state witnesses then, when are current employees of government, and from the tribunal report, the tribunal, the panel rely more on state witnesses them rather than expert testimonies and even also evidence them. And we see we are in some of the conclusion them not just by hearsay, without no evidence, no written, no audio for back on how they arrive at the conclusion. So for we with all of that, we feel say the tribunal report is really, really problematic, and therefore we all member of parliament to just throw this report away.
All right, thank you very much, Abubakar Kamara. Quickly, for the Mustafa Turena on Facebook, they say, Mr. Kamara, I asked your institution for airport revenues before Suma took over, and I haven't had a response. Thanks.
I'm not too aware about that, but the institution will get that data there now NRA. Okay. And I go request him to small contact me personally for see because airport revenue you need to be specific because then fees and well it depends on the type of revenue you look at because very institution for example get the security then they pay for security who will not get that information there. But what they expect and they ask and they contact me for discuss more on the information what you want. So we will see how we contact the relevant information for get access to her.
All right, many thanks. Abubakar Kamara, we joined me at the studio this morning for can talk about an analysis what we do on the findings of the Tribunal report where they now in a public domain as we see the Attorney General and Minister of Justice don't table in Parliament. Well, we will continue for follow closely on this issue as we wait for Parliament for look inside and begin for debate. Well, now the end the program, the breakfast show for today. Don't forget for reach out to win our 33 Battle Street office if you want to forget your ticket for the grand dinner and dance. If you want to see we all na Liberty Online TV, you want to get photos, you want to get conversation. The 29th of November na the opportunity then they for meet with we na the View Hotel and Restaurant, the rooftop, just for 250,000 ordinary ticket, 5,000 for a table for 3 and 6,000 for single patron. Support Liberty Online TV as this now you only digital platform where they get credible information about all the things them where they happen at the country. So continue for support with so that we go sustain this institution. We raise funds for sustain the institution and don't forget for send we your donation. Now we orange money line +23274200545 for una the diaspora. You can make transfer na any international money transfer platform we get access to. And you can send your donation to Mabel Kaba, not to just money want anything we go make way for run the institution would they accept them. Many thanks to now all. We don't send in a donation, we don't receive them, and we will come back now and give accounts to all the monies them we will receive and we will ensure say we use them for sustain this particular platform. As we all know, for run an online platform na country like Salon not easy, it's very expensive. But we do not support them. We will continue for stand the test of time as we celebrate 1 year of overcoming the challenges, 1 year of being free, fearless, and inclusive. Well, now then, the breakfast show, Princess Pierce then produced the program. Musa Sao Koma, Dennis Kamara, na then give technical support to the production team. And Mina Khadija Bangura, they say have a lovely day.
All right, many thanks for being there for Liberty Online TV. Make sure you call 074-200-545 and secure your own tickets, and because the tickets and they go out very fast, so that you're not going to miss out on an opportunity for me to the whole team at Liberty Online TV. Until we meet again, we welcome by the secret. Good day and goodbye.